But anyways, I got my little trolley in the back. Wake up. years old, and when he doesn't take a nap, oh my god. He needs a nap, okay? So there's no way in hell I was gonna take him to the park in his little trolley attitude and thinking it was gonna be a good park day. Okay, so you're gonna take a little cat nap. When you wake up, we'll regroup. Like, then how was she like before she moved to Arizona? I'm not saying I was a bad person or anything like that. I'm for being a party girl. But I'm like, being over here is a new start. No one knows my past. No one knows any of that, because that's not me anymore. I hated going to a grocery store, to Target, any of the gas station, and always running into somebody I went to high school with. I hated that, and it was all the fucking time. I was well liked in high school. Everyone liked me in high school. As a freshman, I was known as like the cutest freshman in high school. I went to 4 high schools, okay? I got kicked out of my regular school because I was ditching too much. I would ditch school, go smoke weed at my friend's house who lived down the street. Caught one day, saw my dad's truck, and I ran. Boyfriend at the time called my mom and told my mom, and my mom pulled up. And she takes me to school. And in my head, even then, I was like, man, just take me home and ground me or something, you know? She reminds me of the mom from Blow. If you've seen the movie in Blow with Johnny Depp, she's exactly that mom. And she takes me to school, and she was ditching. I caught her ditching. And this is probably my second time that I got caught ditching. Long story short, because you guys know I can go on forever at this. Pulls up. Like I said, I was ditching a lot. I was smoking weed a lot. I was doing drugs at this time. This is when I started using ecstasy, and I was using a lot. The principal added up everything and was like, wow, it looks like you're not even here. You haven't been here for 68 days. I would go to school, and I would leave 3rd period. I always picked up the phone. So when the school called at 5 o'clock, oh, so-and-so was not at school today, I always picked up the phone. Always at school. I was able to. I knew how to get away with it. 8 or 86, some crazy number of days that I didn't show up. I forgot how he said it. He said something. He's like, do you even want to be here? And I was like, not really. He's like, all right, go to Gilbert. It was a continuation school down the street. He's like, you start there Monday. I was like, fuck. And I was like, goddamn. But I knew that school. I heard the school was like, and as bad as it sounds, it was fun. It was up my alley at the time. I was partying. Everyone thought I was a cute freshman. Everyone would be friends with me. Everyone thought I was cool. Everyone thought I was a chill freshman girl. You know, with the seniors. And I was not partying like that. Like, I was always grounded all the time. But the times I would go hang out with the cool girls. Like literally like the popular people. And all those people went there, like the cool people. So a lot of the cool people, the popular people, were at Kennedy, where I was at, and everyone else, the other cool people, but the bad ones were over there. So I was like, oh, I know, everyone knows me, everyone knows me, everyone knew of me. It wasn't because I was promiscuous. I was never like that. I was never a little hoe. I was never ever like that. I was known as being really chill, very loyal. Like, I never said anything bad about my friends, anything. Like, my friends that see me on here and watch me can hopefully you can comment on here and even side with me. They could tell me stuff, and I'd be like, oh, I never heard about that. Or you can ask so-and-so, like, I never once mentioned anything. And one of my friend was like, yeah, I vividly remember her telling me, like, yeah, I never once heard you ever mention anything or anyone ever say that they heard it from you or anything like that. Like, I took a lot of pride in that. I still do. Or I went to that school. It was a blast, and I swear I don't think I'm big-headed. I don't think like that, you guys. But at that school, everyone would come and tell me, like, oh my god, you're like the prettiest girl at this school. Everyone thinks you're like the hottest girl at the school. It's a continuation school. It's probably like, there wasn't a lot of people there to begin with, you know. Girls would even come up to me after school and be like, you know, the guys open the door just to see you walk by. And I'd be like, what the hell, really? And then she'd be like, yeah. And she'd be like, everyone thinks you're so hot. Like, I'd always hear that. And I loved it at the time, you know? I mean, I never thought I was better than anybody. I've never ever thought that. I'm still the same person. Still, I'm just not as, like, immature, you know? But I've never thought I was, like, better than anybody. I never thought I was better than anybody. I just know that I'm different, and that's always been my thing. I've never once thought I was better in any way, shape, or form. I just know deep down I'm fucking different than everybody. And I'm just like, oh, really? Haha. And then I just change the subject, you know? Like, whatever. I got kicked out of there because me and my friend that lived across the street in my track got caught picking up weed, and it was my idea, which it was. It was all my money, which it was. I think I had 0 period or something, so she did it for me. It was the first time doing it. She did it right in front of Jack in the Box, right in front of the camera and all that crap. It went down for it. We both got kicked out of school. After that, I ran away. I was like, I'm being so much deep shit, like, I'm just gonna fucking run away because my parents are gonna take my phone forever. I just knew it. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do one last hurrah. I'm gonna write a note, leave it on my bed. As bad as that sounds, I'm gonna do it, come back, I'm gonna drink, come back, and then I'll take the punishment. And that's what I did. I wrote a note, I walked to my friend's house. It was down the street. It was like my best friend. I walked to her house. I was there, had my boyfriend's mom pick me up, and I was a runner. Like, all the time, I was so fucking sick of doing shit and them, like, belittling me and talking shit and just doing all that shit. So I would run. I was like, I'm not gonna deal with it. I'm gonna run away. And that's what I would do so often. Was it good? No, because my parents were worried sick because they took my phone, so there was no way of communicating with me. But I would, like, end up calling them. You know, I wouldn't go like 2 days without them. I'd probably be gone for like the weekend. And after the first day, I felt like shit. So I called them off my friend's phone. I'd be like, I'm at her house and da-da-da-da. And they're like, okay, are you okay? And then I was like, yeah, I'm fine. And then I'd go back and then I would deal with the consequences then. But that's what I would do. There was another continuation school that was all the way in freaking Anaheim, and I was in La Palma City at the time, and I was like, I don't know, I'm not fucking going there, fuck that. And my parents weren't the type of parents that'd be like, well, I don't know how you're gonna get to school, then find a way, and then make me find it. They were never like that. They would take me. They'd be pissed, I don't know how you're gonna fucking get there, but they would end up taking me, you know. Like, I hated school, you guys. I fucking hated school. If you guys seen my other videos, it was hard for me to get help at home with homework and stuff like that. When I was younger, it was easy. Like I said, my mom was very creative with all those projects and stuff and with school projects, but it was fucking hell going through homework or projects and all that stuff. So, fuck, like, in high school, I wasn't gonna do shit. If you guys know, I used to do progress reports that make it look like I got A's, B's, C's. No, I had all F's, literally all F's to even fucking PE. And my mom and dad never knew that until like the very end, where they like found out very bad in school. I ditched so much. I would always be in my room because I was always fucking grounded. So I was always upstairs. My parents never went upstairs. And I would use ecstasy the whole fucking time. I'd be in my room high. So then when I'd come to school the next day, sometimes I would go to school on ecstasy like that. I never did shit in class. So me not doing anything, my teachers were never like, why is she not doing something today? Is she on something? And I was the type of person that you could never tell if I was on something. I could be on that and you can have a conversation with me, and that was bad back then. That's why I got addicted to a lot of stuff. There was no way, like, I hated school. Like, there wasn't a way, they wouldn't be able to tell I was on anything. I wasn't like acting out of a character, out of normal, because I wasn't doing anything anyway. I never did the homework. I never finished a book. There was times where I was like, I wanted to be different, I wanted to do different, but I never like knew about changing like how I do now, how I am now. I was never like that when I was younger at all. I didn't have the tools. I didn't know. I didn't have the guidance. I didn't have any of that. I didn't have anyone leading me. I couldn't ask like, hey, how about, I couldn't. I was literally trying to figure it out on my own, and I couldn't, and I didn't like it. I hated school so fucking much, you guys. I fucking hated it. And then they wanted me to go to college after. I was like, fuck no. I didn't go to the Anaheim school, independent studies, and I heard about independent studies. You can get the homework, take it back to your house, and then you just go once a week and turn it in. With my type of mentality in the school, you think I did great in that same shit, which made it worse. So we got to grade our own homework. So I'd pick up my packet, I'd finish that packet the next day before I had class, which I'd go grade it myself. I gave myself 80%, 65%. I wouldn't be like, oh, 100%. I wasn't all obvious. I was smart, so I gave myself a 75. I gave myself a 72, an 82, like random numbers up and down, 63 some day, I did all that. And then one day my teacher called me and he's like, hey, can you come in a couple minutes early before you have to grade your stuff? I want to go over your progress and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, of course. I can get away with it because he didn't check. And I was like, dang, okay. I'm gonna continue doing what I gotta do. No, because that motherfucker, he sat me down and was like, you said you got a 76 here, you said you got a something here, you said you got this here, and I graded it. You got a 0 here, you got a 0 here, you got a 0 here, you got a 2 here. And it was like, you guys, imagine how fucking stuck I was. Oh my god, I got kicked out. I was like, fuck, like, I'm gonna be in so much fucking trouble. Last chance. This was in Los Alamitos. I went to Laurel High School. This shit wasn't even a continuation school. Like, this shit was like half a continuation school, like half the size of a continuation school behind a regular school, okay? And they had a beat room. They had like you could make songs in there. You could do it was a badass fucking school. But that was my last place, and I had to make up credits, and I graduated late. Fora, I don't know if you guys know who Fora is. That was my brother's friend. He used to tag. I don't know if you guys know that the story. He was a tagger. My brother is a tagger. He used to tag. Fora went to that school, went to Laurel. And I feel bad too because I remember during that time, Fora would always say like, "I'm gonna be a rapper." And his name's Marco. "I'm gonna be a rapper." And we're like, "Yeah, right."